What's up? Today I have a 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan. This is my loaner for today, because I got another loaner vehicle. Well, the Challenger's having a couple trim things looked at. And here it is. Sorry for the wind. The wind is insane. I'm just giving you a quick walk around, and we're just gonna go inside the car and talk because this wind is insane. So let's see what's under this hood here. Oh my gosh, you gotta lift it up. But it's a V6, exactly the same thing what's in my car, of course. Got the 3.6 liter, and this one's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now we're out of the wind and the heat. I kind of want to make this video. I just drove it probably about 40 miles closer to home here, and I just want to do like a little review, little overview, first impressions. And first I'd like to say this thing is surprisingly comfortable. I mean, I guess it's not surprisingly. I mean, it is a minivan. Now I can kind of see why people get it now, because I mean, like the seating position right here for the driver at least is pretty dang nice. As this is an SXT, you do get power seats with lumbar, and I mean, it is some kind of weird like cloth. It's microfiber is what it feels like, but it is pretty dang comfortable. Like the seating position and everything, I can see why people would want one now. So as far as comfort goes, it's pretty nice inside. As far as the interior though, like, I mean, look at these gauges. This is definitely old Chrysler. It is a 2016. I mean, that still is new, but they have not revamped this vehicle anytime here. And actually, I think they're getting rid of it as of the Chrysler Pacifica is what is replacing this car. So, or van, I should say. So this is basically this last Dodge Caravan here, or what they look like. I mean, it's still got the older, like, I think they introduced this in 2010, 11. Depending on what model it was, like this old steering wheel here. They got the old, this is like really old, the stereo here. Get it in the frame here. But I mean, that's pretty old right there. And I mean, anything else, I mean, it has got captain's chairs. It's got, what is it, seat 7 back here. So I mean, pretty nice. It's got rear AC, things like that. I can definitely see this as a comfort vehicle, that's for sure. It's got a 6-speed transmission, and it's funny because it's this little thing right here. And it's hilarious because you can just like literally just take your hand, go over, slap it over, and just shift it yourself. Shift. I mean, it's hilarious how easy it is. You can just, as you're cruising down the road, just double tap, boom, boom, just drop it a couple of gears. It's so funny. And then just get on it. The radius is pretty good, just turned around in this right here, but let's give it a little 0 to 60. Let's see. I don't think this thing will chirp the tires or anything like that. Ram 1500 just reviewed. By the way, go check that out. That should be up on the channel right now. And here we go. Let's see. Let's rev it up. About 1500. There we go. Man, that felt like a while. Really did. Felt like a while. But it got up there when you're in the higher speeds there. It definitely doesn't have that low end torque that you want with a car usually. It definitely does, because I just drove it all highway all the way home. I could definitely tell it does got some pick up and go, you know, cruising at 75 miles an hour and just going over here, just hitting this down twice and dropping the gears and just going on. It has some get up and go. It is still the Pentastar 3.6 liter V6, so it still does pretty well in terms of power, at least. Just depends on, I guess, how it's geared in the transmission. But as far as acceleration, there you go. That's pretty much for the power. Now, actually, I like to go over to handling, and surprisingly, this thing actually handles. It does take some turns a little bit rough here. There's some guys over there. Honestly, this thing handles actually pretty well. I mean, like, the body roll in it isn't as bad as I would think it would be for a van if you're just taking around corners and everything. Like, it does it pretty well, to be honest. Like, I just did the Ram 1500. I just had it as a loaner vehicle and was driving it around. And honestly, this thing does surprisingly good. I mean, it actually chirps the tires too. It's got the same engine as my car, the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. I mean, you can actually really get on this thing and take turns. Like, the body roll is really minimized, but you do get that, like, torque steer. You can actually like feel it, like trying to turn you do get some little bit of wheel slip there. I do have traction control on. I just have it all normal. There is an eco mode, but don't want to use that. I'm leaving it out of manual, just having it in drive. And it's surprisingly how well it actually handles. Like in terms of like body roll, it doesn't roll too much really. I mean, it's not like no sports car or anything at all, but like the Challenger, but compared to the Ram 1500, that thing just felt like you just did something like this and it was all over the place. Like turning radius is insanely sharp. Whoop. This thing definitely, you get on the gas a little bit while you're turning, it will slip one of them tires there. We'll do a little skirt there, but this thing is actually pretty well in terms of handling. I'm honestly surprised on it. Like, it's not insane. Like, I can go way faster than this in my car, but like in terms of just body roll, it's very minimalized. Like the steering or suspension is pretty dang soft. Like I can just ride over this. This will be like a couple bumps right here, and it just glides over them like nothing ever happened. But yet, in terms of like okay, you can get some good body roll there, but I mean, it's not bad. Like this thing actually handles pretty well. Actually, the more I've driven this little van here, the more I've like kind of started to like it. Like in terms of looks, I don't think I'd ever want to own one, but in terms of just like drivability and overall comfort, it's just a really nice vehicle to just drive around with. And I can really see why, you know, one, practicality, this thing is amazing for if you have like a big family or something. But as far as like, you see a lot of old people or elderly have vans, and I can definitely see why. They're insanely comfortable, easy to drive. This one with this V6 actually has plenty of power. Here, I'll do a little exhaust note, throw that in here. Overall, I definitely have to say the handling on this thing is pretty nice. Like, I would definitely say, I mean, it's not no sports car, it's not any car really in terms of handling, like, you know, it doesn't compare to that, but for a van, I thought it would be terrible. It's actually pretty nice. It's a really nice vehicle to drive, honestly. Now, in terms of features, I mean, this car hasn't basically gotten anything. I mean, it's got your presets here, it's got satellite radio. I mean, it doesn't have automatic climate control or anything. It's got your rear AC. It's got an eco mode, which I haven't tried yet. That was my first time pressing it. We'll see. Maybe I should try that since I am only at like a quarter. I actually get to return this on E because they said it was because, oh, here, because that's always we have is a minivan. You get a quarter tank for free, basically. Because it does suck. I had the option when I actually got this car. It was either this or they can go and trade for a Chrysler 200 or, which I didn't really want to go through, just to go to a Chrysler 200 from this. I mean, this doesn't seem like much of an upgrade. But the other one was a Dodge Charger RT, which I really would have liked to have, but he said, oh, the branch manager at the other enterprise, he's driving that home today, I can guarantee it, he won't let us have it. So I didn't get that, which kind of sucks. That would have been a much better review, right, guys? Like, seriously. But, oh well, maybe we'll get that next rental next time, because I still have to take my car in, you know, every single oil change. But I mean, here's the car. I mean, it's pretty basic, I will say. Definitely needs an upgrade on the interior. I can see why it's being replaced by the Chrysler Pacifica. I just figured out this button. I was like, what's this switch do? What's this do? Look at this. You can open and close that rear little window back there. Like, vents them out. That's so funny. That's so cool. Now let's check out the rear seat room in terms of, and what you can really do with it and the practicality of the car. So I'm sitting right here. I'm like, my knees like just about ready to kind of hit here. I'm pretty sitting up close. I'm, you know, perfect driving position. Let's see what the back seat is like. Got these automatic opening doors here. As you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats back here. And getting in, sitting behind myself. Oh yeah, and this thing does have two, has an armrest here and another one right here. So it's pretty comfortable. And I didn't even realize this at first, but this seat, you can actually pull and this thing slides forward. So when I first got in, I was like, oh dang, I have no leg room because I am 6'2". But the second you reach down under here, there's a little thing, you can slide this back, and wow, you just have infinite room back here. It's pretty nice. Like, this is a nice place to be. And then you just have a little button here to close the door. Now let's check out the rear seat. Oh yeah, and you also do have rear climate control. You have 4 AC vents, little light there, coat hanger handles. Let's try to see if I can get into this back seat here. And let's see how comfortable it is with this seat right here all the way back. Now this seat right here is all the way back, and I'm 6'2", remember that. And I still have, like, my legs are just barely touching it, and I still have room here. I'm sitting all the way back up against this headrest here, and for my headroom, if you can see, my head is touching right here if I lean up, but if I just kind of slouch a little bit, it's perfectly fine. Definitely, what do you got? Some nasty crap there. Got your little windows, and I guess these do open, so you got something there, 2 cup holders. And it only leaves you with, like, I mean, that's a lot of room there, especially if you fold down these seats, because it's like a little tub down there. I guess you just kind of fold these back in there. And I mean, it's pretty nice. I don't know, I definitely say the third row seat is the way to go, because it is much better. Although the back seat here does actually get some rear climate controls, which is pretty nice. Now let's go and see how these seats all go down, because I did look, they do all go down. And as you can see, you can actually get a lot of room here. Just follow their little handle system you got here. It says, what is this? This one right here is 2. Oh, here's 1. Pulls that down. 2. 2. And you got 3. And 3. And then you just got 4. And you got 4. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, and it gives you a lot of room. You still have 2 seats up there, and you can put a lot of stuff back there. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. Like, that's probably just, I don't know what to do with that. And you do get a lot of storage back here. I don't know what this is covered up here, but something right there. And you actually get a lot of storage back here. And then you can also, I just found out yesterday, if you move the front seat up here, you have to move this front seat up forward. You can actually come right down here, open this up, and there's a little strap. I think it's right here. You just pull this. It's a 1-pull strap, I guess. Ow! I just hit my head. Okay, this is very unuser made, because you have to pull it that way, which is really kind of stupid. Should be like pull this way, otherwise you're going to end up yanking this off. Because this thing just came down and hit my head. That's kind of stupid way to design it. Now I'm all being all angry. But here we go. Let's try to do this with holding a camera. This whole thing just kind of just dump it all down in there. Look at that. That whole thing just dumped down in there. Look at that. That's pretty crazy. Let's try to do this other one without hitting my head like an idiot. Let's see. Just pull this right here. Look at that. This thing just comes all apart. Here, let's go out through the back. Like, would I buy this car? Like, if I had a family or anything, would I buy it? Probably not. This thing is definitely really outdated. It's an outdated vehicle. That's why it is being replaced. So I don't recommend anyone buy it. But I mean, if you plan on maybe getting it for a little while and just having it as like a first vehicle, I mean, for your kids or something, I definitely recommend it. I mean, it's a nice little car. Has some get up and go. And as far as comfort, it's really nice. I mean, I definitely want to see what a higher model is like as terms of what screens and all the stuff you get up there. I just moved back over here to this other seat right here. This is kind of weird because you're standing on top of this like thing, and it's just like a hollow board. It just feels weird. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, I would imagine like some kid back here just going like this and like shaking this whole thing or something. I mean, here's a Dodge Caravan. If you guys wanted to see what one's like, I hope, you know, if you guys are looking out there for one, maybe this helped you decide whether you'd want one or not. I mean, in terms of power, I mean, it's pretty good, honestly. I mean, if it had a better transmission, which I think on the Chrysler Pacificas, it does have the 9-speed transmission, I'm pretty sure on. And it'd probably be a lot quicker, because this 6-speed is definitely outdated. I think it's what's slowing it down, especially there in the low end. But I mean, there's this car. I mean, the miles per gallon, I can go up there and actually go through the screens here. Let's go check it out, see what kind of displays it's got. Close my little back door here. Watch that thing just, that's pretty cool. You got like automatic everything basically in terms of doors and everything. But as far as the screen, you do not get one. Definitely looks like there was an option for one right here, but doesn't have. As far as screens, you get this one right here. It's a distance to empty, and all you get right here is 2 buttons. You get a reset and a step button is what it says. But you get distance till empty, you get miles per hour, you get your MPG. It's a rental vehicle. I can see why it's getting 19. I bet you everyone's just flooring it going around. You also get your temperature, you get your miles on the vehicle, you get your trip A and a trip B, and then distance to empty. I'm just gonna keep it on that. As far as storage, you get this little thing here, another little storage thing. Get one here. There's storage in the doors. There's storage underneath this down here. I haven't even like looked at it. It's kind of weird, but you get these things. Look at that. You get 2 more storage little areas, as you could say. So there's my little review, first impressions, or just overview of this car basically. And yeah, I just really want to press all these buttons. Let's see what they do. I think you have to press them all twice. Look at that. That's pretty cool. You just click all these buttons, your whole car is like a dang transformer. It just starts opening up. But yeah, there you guys go. I hope you guys like this little review. Just pretty much making videos on what I got here. Really wish I would have got that RT, man. I could have, ooh, that would have been so nice, man. I could have done a way better burnout. But please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Making a bunch of Mopar videos. That's all I can ever get as a rental, is a Mopar vehicle. And more Challenger content always coming soon. See you guys later. Peace.